What's going on, Facebook, internet world? Your boy, Jingle Car, certified high performance coach, here with another Sunday conversation. That's right. It is Sunday conversation time. So, hey, look, if you are listening to this portion of this conversation, then you need to hit replay. Put replay in my comments. Let me know. It helps us with engagement. We share these in other places and things as well, too. So if you check it out on any of our other platforms, put hashtag replay in there for me. I appreciate the fact that you are checking this out and that we can have this conversation because this is one that I believe is really needed. I think that where we live at in our times that we live in right now, that we are consistently bombarded with this idea that the world is about to end. We have craziness going on all around us. I live in Memphis. And so, people are wilding out about things that go on, all kind of different things, and they're like, oh, everything is so bad. And I think that I need you to understand this. Catastrophe is not coming. Now, you might say, oh, Jenga, had some catastrophes that happened in my life, and you don't understand. You don't understand. Catastrophes, definitely, look, we can't sit back and wait for catastrophe. Believe me, it'll come and find us. It'll come and find us there. So, let me tell you this. If you're seeing this, stop scrolling. Now, my message for you today is a very simple one. Catastrophe is not coming. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're not failing. You're just overwhelmed and you need a plan. That's it. And so it's time to talk about how it is that we stop spiraling and that we start to strategize. So let's stop spiraling and let's start to strategize. How can we strategize in our life? Do you ever notice how your mind jumps straight to disaster? I mean, one thing goes bad and we find ourselves saying, here we are, everything's falling apart. It's one of the reasons why I love sports. One of the many reasons why I love sports. Because sports teaches you this lesson live and in color on a regular basis. If you don't put to stop some of the things that are going on, if you don't let one mistake become two and two mistakes become three, then it does start to spiral and you will find yourself spiraled and out of control and done, right? That literally is what happens. But it's really not the truth. It's just fear. Love to call fear false evidence appearing real. It's fear. That's all it is. It's not planning. What it is panic dressed up like preparation. So we panic and it's dressed up like preparation. We feel like we prepared for this, but it really is just panic. My good friend, my client, Willie Johnson, tells a story all the time about lie and truth. And they both jump in a pool. They both get out and they go skinny dipping and they jump in a pool, right? Lie and truth, stick with me here. Well, lie gets out and puts on truth's clothes and takes the clothes and throws them away, or takes the other clothes and throws them away. And so the moral of the story is that wherever you have a dressed up lie, the butt naked truth is somewhere around it and to be able to do that. All right. And so I really need you to understand that panic is just dressed up like preparation and it's really stopping you from seeing how powerful you really are. You really are powerful beyond your mind, but beyond what you can ever imagine. And I'm not just telling you that to blow smoke at you. You really have power beyond whatever you could be able to do so. Let's be for real. I faced a real catastrophe, a real thing. In the last couple of years, I lost my leg. I lost my family. My business was set back by that. I spent 2 months out of last year just laying on my back. That was it. Having to have somebody help me get to a wheelchair, having to get help to get to rehab, just to move around any at all, but just laying on my back in the dark. That's a real catastrophe. But you know what I learned? What feels like the end is actually just usually the setup. The end is usually the setup. The real catastrophe in your life is when you give up on your dreams. That's the real catastrophe. And you give up on your dreams just because the work felt hard. See, the work feels hard, and what we do is we give up and we say, I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm not going to be able to push through it. I'm not going to be able to do so. But you've overcome way more than this moment right now. I promise you have. I promise you in your life, you've overcome more than just this moment that you're at right now. You've got the receipts. You've got the scars. You've got the strength. Don't you dare forget it. Don't you dare forget that that's there for you and that you have it, okay? Instead of sitting in, what if everything goes wrong? Try asking, what if everything goes right because I planned it that way? If we shift our mindset and shift what it is that we're doing, we can create. You know, it's called a paradigm shift. And a paradigm shift is not you taking $2 and putting it out of one pocket and putting it over into your other pocket. That's not a paradigm shift. A paradigm shift is a shift in the way it is that you look at the world. Because if we continue to keep looking at the world waiting for catastrophes, we will attract what it is that we're looking for. Okay? When we don't just react, we respond with purpose. I'm asking you not to just react, but to respond with purpose. Purpose in your life. Purpose of what it is you want to be able to create. Purpose of what you want to be able to do. Don't come out in fear. Let's move with focus. Because when we sit back in fear, then we make these rash decisions, these difficult decisions of what to do. I want you to pull out your planner, whether your planner's on your phone or whether you're old school and have a planner. Pull out your calendar, whether your calendar's on your phone. Pull out your notepad, whether your notepad's on your phone, whatever it is. Let's break the week down and let's take it back. Let's take back our week. Let's take back what it is we have. Let's take back what it is that we're doing with it in order to be able to do so. Okay? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to set one big goal for the week. Okay? One big goal for the week. How are we going to move forward this week? I want you to set one big goal for the week to be able to figure it out. And then what I need you to figure out is what are 3 key priorities to get to the goal. Okay? And once we figure out those 3 key priorities in order to be able to get to that goal, well, we need to set up our time blocks to be able to focus and be able to do it, our focus windows. We don't do anything that we aren't intentional about. If we are not intentional, we will be intentionally unintentional. That's what will happen. So we got to be intentional about what it is we're going to create this week. What is the thing that it is? What are we going to happen? What's going to happen this week that's going to be great? How are we going to do that? So how do we set the time blocks in order to be able to figure out how we get that done? And within those time blocks, we then have to sit and figure out what personal care we're going to do and what are our non-negotiables. What's our personal care that we're going to take out? And what is our non-negotiables of what it is we're going to create? Look, I didn't get on here today just to motivate you. I'm glad that we can bring motivation and be able to bring things to you on these Sundays. I want to remind you that you've got options. You actually have options in what it is that you want to do. You do not have to live in chaos. I know that it feels that way. It feels like there's chaotic all around you. You don't have to live in chaos. And believe me, I'm talking to myself just as much as I'm talking to other people. We got like a bunch of book projects all at the same time that we're working on. It feels like chaos. You don't have to live in chaos. You don't have to be the passenger in your own life. Catastrophe is not coming. I know we feel like it is. I know we feel like the catastrophe is on its way and that it's going to blow up at any point in time. Okay? Clarity is what's coming. Power is what's coming. Peace is what's coming. Clarity, power, peace. That's what's coming. But it's only coming if you decide to lean into your plan and take your week back. I need you to take your week back. That's it. The age is smart to the chaos. That's right. So listen, if you're really ready to be able to do this and to be able to take your week back, I want you to DM me plan if you want help in being able to get your week structured. One big goal, 3 key priorities, blocks of time or focus windows to work toward those priorities, personal care. If you can do those 4 things, you'll be great. We've got to shift the perspective we talked about. We've got to share, think about it with what we're doing. Think about your own story. And in reality, just understand the fact that our minds jump straight to disaster. When something happens, we think, oh man, everything is about to break. And if you don't understand, when you use the words always or never, they most likely are untrue. There are very few things in this life that always happen or that never happen. And so when we spend our time looking at and thinking about all those things, that's where we find ourselves in those problems, okay? All right? So listen, drop an emoji in my comments if you're going to take this week by storm, okay? If you're going to take this week by storm, drop an emoji in my comments that you're going to take this week by storm. And tag someone that needs to hear this. There's people that need to hear this. Catastrophe is not on the other side of that ridge. I know it feels like it, but it's not. When we're prepared, we can bring it. Yeah, that's it. I love you dropping the word emoji, Brett. That's you there. You're one of my faithful ones that come on live all the time. So I'm not even going to talk about you giving me a hard time. It's all good. All right. If you're ready to go deeper, hit me up. Look. Today for me is Schedule Sunday. It's all about me scheduling what it is I need to be able to get done, working through it. So it's been a heavy day for me. Tomorrow for me is Magic Monday. Magic Monday is about creating the magic in my life, in my business life, in my family's life. What can I do in order to be able to create that? Talk About It Tuesday is next. Talk About It Tuesday for me is about talking about my business to every person it is who I meet, making sure that people understand what it is that I do. I have to be very clear about doing that, about making sure that people understand what it is that I do, because I might be able to help them. They might need my help in order to do so. Wednesdays work at Wednesday. On Wednesday, I work in my business, not on my business. So on Wednesday, it's about education. It's about me making sure that I can be educating myself, being able to push forward, being able to get things done. Thursday for me is Together Thursday. It's about collaboration. How can I collaborate? Who can I collaborate with and work with? Friday for me is a follow-up Friday. So I follow up on the things that fell through the gaps. And Saturday for me is Sandy. Saturday, take a break, be able to figure out how I can keep saying this crazy little thing called life. All right? Listen, catastrophe's not coming. What we need to do is to be able to prepare and get ready. All right? I want you guys to have a tremendous week. And I will talk to you very, very soon. All right? We're going to go live a couple times. We're going to do a couple drop-in lives this week too. So I'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot. All right. Bye-bye.